This is a video to show what a substitution table looks like and how you can create one in Word. It can seem a little bit fiddly, other people might have better ways of doing it, I don't know, but I'll show you the way I do it. So here's something which makes it really clear, I think, as to how you construct sentences in German. I think these tables are particularly good for German to be able to show the structure of a sentence. This is how you could present something for students to be able to learn phrases. I think it's quite a good way where you've got direct translation. Here I've suggested that they can first of all hide the English and tick A when they can translate German into English, and then afterwards the more difficult one to hide the German and tick B when you can translate the English into German. So that's quite a good way of exercising once you've got a pattern in your mind. So here's a format which I think is a good way of having a reference before people test themselves, whereby you were really saying to people in this substitution table, you just take something from each of the columns and then you'll have a sentence. So here, wie heißt, how is named, and you could put that into English as well, what is called. I had to put that in as well. What is called, and so I know that's not how we say it in English, but I think it is then really making it clear what each word means. And then for the masculine, dein, your, and then those are all of the masculine words, and then I've put the feminine ones down here. Then I've got the answer, and thinking about it, it'd probably be quite good if I put another little column to the left of that, so that it makes it really clear that there's a divider. So we can go there, we can go up to the... By the way, there may well be quicker ways of doing this. Anybody watching this who knows a quicker way, tell me. So there, I think that looks a bit neater, doesn't it? So, wie heißt, whoever... Actually, we could have had a question mark in there, couldn't we? As being the bit that goes there. So let's go to layout. First of all, I'll merge those cells and then I'll put it to the center. Anyway, might have that. And then my, if it's going to be masculine, and then I've still got lines there, so I can make it like that. And then there are all the masculine ones, and then heißt is called whatever. And I've done the same here. So wie ist, how is, or what is so and so like, wie ist, or sie. And here, hopefully, I do think it's a good idea to have the English right next to it so you know what it means, but by italicizing it, I think it makes it perhaps stand out that it is different. And by the way, I don't use colour other than to be noting something. I know this seems very sexist, the blue and the red, choose whatever you want. I tend to use the green for the neuter. I found a lot of people do that, so I followed the same. So what's he like? And there you've got that question mark, and again, let's have a... so this is also about showing you how to do the insert columns to the left. So we could have that as a little gap, couldn't we? So, what was it? I'm sure there's I used to know a much quicker way. That was another version of Word, but anyway. Yeah, that makes it clearer, doesn't it? In fact, I suppose you could make that part of it. And then ist, he is, or she is. And again, you can see there that I have actually got lines which I've just taken away. But hopefully that makes it clear. And of course there is a way of making it so that when if you were to display this, you can get all of these little squiggles out. Just to show you how to do that, you go to File, Options, and in the options under Proofing, you can say that you want to hide the spelling and grammatical errors in that document, and then that takes it away. So it means if you want to do a copy and paste, it's okay. All right, so just going through in a way you've seen the way I've done things. There's another one. How do you find Tom? What do you think of Tom? So there I haven't got any colours there. It's a bit small, isn't it? Let's make this a bit bigger. I can take it. So it should make sense. You can have one of those, one of those, one of those, and then these I've aligned it. with, those are the ones that go with is, that goes with plays, and that's on its own with wears. So what I've done, here's what I've done earlier. I've just, well, that's the one that I've done earlier that's prepared. So this is really just to show you how to use the word functions to do what I've done. So you can see that this was the original. This is how I put things, and basically when I'm sorting it out, I'll obviously have 2 columns for each section of the whole sentence. So if I'm going to, and I do begin it with a question, I do find often with course books that bit seems to be left out. It's sometimes just giving the answers. So this is really to show you how, if you don't take the lines out, I think it really can look a little bit untidy, a little bit muddled. So just to show you the word things that I do. So the first thing I do is I will take out the bits in between there. So I'll go to my borders and shading, and I don't need that one in the middle. So, and it's going to be the same with this. So what I can do is I can, instead of going through all that again, up here there's a little redo button. There's also a shortcut on the keyboard for doing that. Go. So already I think that that's made it less daunting to see here that, you know, there aren't quite so many columns. I'd already started doing the italicized bit for the English there, but I didn't for there, so let's just do that now straight away. There we are. Italicized, or it's Control I. There we go, and I've missed this out. Go. I would to go, and those all go with go. Okay, now this one's quite straightforward because you can see which, you just take one or the other from each one. Here, this is a bit messy here, isn't it, having all of these, so you can just go like this. At this point, I would go to Layout and just merge the cells. Same with this one, just merge these cells. No, let me go back. The thing that was wrong with that was that I didn't want that to come here, so I merge it by column. So Layout. Where's the merge? Merge. That's it. So you've got to merge each one. In fact, to be honest, normally I merge it before I take away the central line. Merge cells. Okay. Those are all right as they are. Don't need to merge it. But this lot here all goes with, those all go with go, don't they? So I can merge those and merge those. I can also, oh, I've already merged those. I don't remember merging them, but it looks as if I have already merged those. So, what next? Now, I think, I mean, this is, I do think it probably helps to have it centralised there. It's not desperately wrong, is it, if you have it up there, but you can decide yourself. So I would say, let's try then. If you want to centralise, you're in, it's the table design layout. It's the layout bit that you go to, and then it's over here that you want to align centre left. There we are, and do the same with that. So I can repeat that, align centre left. The same with this, and it's really affecting all of those. There we go, and these as well. Yes, I must have merged them and forgotten that I did it. Okay, so I think that then makes it neat. I mean, here, should you, I suppose I could then make these all blue because they're all masculine. Go to there. These are the feminine ones. And I'm aware that I could have had indin to the, and then the fight type part. I could have made it separate. But here I decided that it would make it too big. And I think at this, with this particular class, it's enough just to learn it really pretty much as vocabulary items. There we go. And the others are fine. And I've just realised that some of those crept in there, so we can just move them there. There we go.